Can I make something good out of this? Can I make something good out of this? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong, and I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, 'cause I want more. Can I make something good out of this? Can I pretend that something is missing? Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? You will be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong, and I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, but I want more. You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Times you're the only one who's strong, and I'll be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, 'cause I want more. I want more from you, yeah, more. I want more, I want more, I want more from you, yeah, more. I want more, I want more, I want more from you, yeah, more. I want more, I want more, I want more from you, yeah, more. More from you, yeah, more. You're all I've got. You're all I want. You're all I've got. Back in the day, complications never wore my patience. I was always ready to play, play, play. Why face the day in the sunshine in LA? We hit the beach and rode the waves. I lost my balance, I was faded, faded. I was trapped and wrapped up in a scene that was never really me. Plastic lights and starry eyes, and all the freaks were left outside. So I'd look in and wonder why. Where was mine? I couldn't find it, find it. But you're all I've got. You're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like a struggle to catch up. And I won't mind the day I find what a peace of mind you are. 'Cause life is a wonderful mess. Time to walk away, trade my sunshine in for rain. Same old ways in a different place, but something's changing, changing. I wanted answers and direction. What I got was second guessing, hesitation, no sensation, just more questions. Nothing to blame for being stuck inside this frame of mind. If I can find my way, who I am, what I want, where I'm going, where I was, it's not up to you. I wish there was something you could do, but you're not me, so you can be my answers, answers, because you're all I've got. And you're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like I've struggled to catch up. But I won't mind the day I find what a peace of mind you are. 'Cause life is a wonderful mess. You're all I've got. You're all I want. listen to what I need. Put a picture so I can see. February can't chase the days away. Yeah, away. I listen to what they say. Save yourself for another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Again. Just listen and make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This way's up, but you're down again. It's just like you to pull off what you thought you couldn't think today. The lost stranger, the wonder familiar face. Broken hearts made of pieces that shake. I've had one too many of them. So now we greet. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge. Just like snow can't soar, oh, we drift to the edge.
Yo, Wednesday night, people! Whoa! Get it? Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl.
I don't wanna hang around.
I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder.
My pleasure
Together, every everyone's waiting, anticipating. Here we go. Get into it, people. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey. Yo, what up? How are we doing? Dude, are we radiant? We're only partially radiant here. Dude, Jenny was annoyed with me because I fucking started the stream and I decided to do a short like right after I started the stream, and I had to take a shower and shave. So I started the stream, then I'm uploading the short to YouTube, then I'm uploading it to Instagram, then I'm uploading it to TikTok, then I'm uploading it to Facebook, and I'm like standing there disrobed in the bathroom, and there's no towels because we're doing laundry. And then there's no towels in the cabinet in the bathroom, and I'm like, yo, why don't we have any towels? Dude, it was quite a scene. But I did. I started the stream. I uploaded the short on 4 social medias. And I took a shower and shaved all inside that intro. So, that being said, I'm feeling pretty good. But I think we do need to buy some towels. I'm starting to notice that we're a little short on things, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we were living pretty lean for a while because I was struggling to like start a fucking YouTube channel or a Twitch channel. And, I spent several years trying to have a film career that didn't work out. So like, we got a little behind on some of the amenities, and our house doesn't have a linen closet. Like, we remodeled this house, and I didn't want to get rid of any of the windows. There are like 27 windows, like huge windows in every wall. So we don't have any closets. Like, whoopsie, But it's, first world problems, indeed. Indeed, okay? Oh, shit. But here we are, right? Freshly shaved. You know what's so funny, guys? I am now addicted to a shaved face. All right. This is like brand new, guys. I have not been like addicted to a shaved face in a long time. Like, I have been a facial hair guy for the better part of like, I don't know, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Probably maybe even going back to college. But I am now like I'm like into the shaved feel, guys. I don't know what it is. I'm really into the shaved feel, right? So there you go. You shave every 3 to 4 days since you're 16. All right, let's go. Dude, when I was 16, I probably could have shaved once a month. But yeah, so I don't know, dude. And I also, though, I spent a little bit of my day. No, I don't use an electric razor. I use shaving cream and like just a Gillette hand razor. But so what I was going to say is I spent a chunk of my day, sort of butting up against transphobia on Twitter. Okay. And it, it is pretty gnarly. And it was because of this. Like, you guys may have seen this. All right. There was Brandi Kruse. Do you guys know who Brandi Kruse is? You may remember Brandi Kruse. A long time ago, we watched a right-wing podcast with 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗍𝗀. And Brandi Kruse is a Seattle journalist, but she's a right winger. She is kind of like Cam Higbee or Nick Shirley. She's one of those fakers. Okay, she will write about Portland and make it seem like Portland is burning. She makes up lies about Seattle because she's super anti-trans. She's super anti-LGBTQ, you know. And anyway, so what they did was last night, the Indiana Fever played in Seattle. They played against the Seattle Storm. Now, Seattle is very open LGBTQ, very open to trans people. It's a very inclusive community. So naturally, everybody there was like, you know, not impressed by their shit. Now, what Brandi Kruse had been doing is she had been for all week preparing for this game because of the Sophie Cunningham thing. She had been trying to recruit women who would sit courtside with signs and these stupid XXXY shirts. Okay, now this XXXY is this company formed by a woman named Jennifer Say, a really manly, like, she looks like Harvey Weinstein, this woman does, dude. She's so gnarly. And she's bitter, too, of course. I mean, I'd be bitter if I looked like Harvey Weinstein as well. But anyway, what they did was they astroturfed this and turned it into this trans protest thing. Now, even the articles that came out today were like dozens of people were outside protesting because there's nobody that really is as anti-trans as these people. But look at what she posted. She posted last night, Seattle Storm co-owner Celeste Keaton cursed out 2 teen girls for wearing these shirts, calling them fucking insane. One of them was left in tears. I tried to get security involved and I was told I should email the front office. So one of the owners, who is LGBTQ, told these girls that they were fucking insane, told them to fuck off, okay? And then look at what Brandi said down here, though, because some guy over here insulted the WNBA, saying pretty sure they didn't pay more than $50 for those courtside seats. But then she couldn't resist, like, you know, like going at this guy. So she said they were actually $1,300 a piece. A generous donor bought them for the girls. So what they did was they all day, they had this right-wing media campaign about this incident at the Seattle Storm that was perpetrated because their anti-trans donor bought $3,000 worth of tickets. And then they got some teenage girls to wear these shirts, hold signs, get told to get rid of the signs, then create, you know, tension and shit so they could get their little news headline to try and elevate their nasty movement because they're trying to pass some state resolution against trans people in Washington. So the whole thing is just more of a political stunt. And what's more is that Sophie Cunningham, right? Sophie Cunningham today was tweeting about this. She literally just tweeted something, right? Where, let's go to her fucking thing, okay? Where she says, look, now she's trying to ride the fence, okay? And here's what she said. She said, I truly believe there is a safe space and love for everybody. And then she goes on to say biological girls and boys know that, cisgender girls, cisgender boys, trans women and trans men. She says, everyone is welcome at my table. You can disagree and still be kind. And bravo to those girls for standing up for what they believe. You'll be hearing from me soon. Yay for gifts. And truly embarrassing of the co-owner, blah, blah, blah. But like, dude, I laid into her, okay? Because the thing about this is what I laid into Sophie about is how those girls weren't Sophie Cunningham fans at all, okay? Those girls didn't even know who Sophie Cunningham was, okay? Those girls were astroturfed there, all right? They were put into those seats, paid for by anti-trans donors. And I even told her, look at your replies. Like, you are filled with anti-trans people. Whether you're intending to or not, you are now becoming a prop for these anti-trans people that are trying to criminalize transgender people nationwide. And so you either need to admit you're a bigot and don't try to ride the fence. Don't sit there and like do this controversial shit. Be the poster child for the anti-trans movement and then say, oh no, but really there's room for everybody, right? And you don't get to do that, right? Dude, she is so toxic. Like, these type of people are so toxic because now this is the only way she's relevant, right? I mean, she's relevant because of Caitlin Clark, because she's Caitlin Clark's teammate. And now she's relevant because she's, glomming onto the anti-trans movement, but trying to fucking, yeah. So my reply was, those girls weren't even your fans. They were in seats purchased by anti-trans donors who do have a goal of criminalizing all trans folks, and you're helping them whether you intending to or not, right? You can look at your replies to see the transphobia that is now using you to be their poster child. Even using the term men and women's sports is a lie. That's not the issue. No men are trying to be in women's sports. There are a tiny number of trans women trying to have normal lives, but the people cheerleading you are trying to erase them. So you don't get to claim ignorance and ride the fence here. You either take a stand against the anti-trans bullies using you, or you need to shut the fuck up and be the bigot you are. Right? I think that is like, that's about as kind as a statement as I could fucking muster. Okay, I've been actually pretty nasty to some folks today. Dude. Right? But, and then I showed the thing that where she admitted they were astroturf. Right? She is intelligent enough to understand that. But guys, so I spent a good chunk of my day fighting about this with people and telling people to fuck off. But there's so many bots, guys. Oh my God, dude. There are so many bots, that are connected to this. Like, man, look at this shit, guys. Let me just show you, okay? Because I replied to that shit all day today. But like, look at how many of these replies would be instantly like bot taken over. Okay, watch some of this when we get into here, right? Some of the earlier ones, right? Some of these aren't bad, but a lot of these, like the minute you respond, you get like bot ratioed, okay? And some of these are gnarly, right? You go in and you defend trans people and you will get instantaneous. Look at this one. Okay, this guy, Jackson Thompson, posted this shit, and I posted it, and there were like 200 replies in like 5 minutes, guys. It's crazy how it's like instantaneous bot ratios. The last time it was this bad was Spencer Pratt. I would comment about Spencer Pratt, and the minute you would hit post, you would be like ratioed almost instantaneously. Insane ratios, okay? Insane ones where they come in and there's just like hundreds of fucking replies, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like really abnormal when that happens. And it happens anytime you get into the trans discussions, like you will get almost instantaneously ratioed. Now, some of those people are obviously real. There are some real people, but then some of them are insane and crazy fucking, some of them are like crazy, like botted. You click send and you just get tagged. I mean, the transphobia stuff on Twitter is obviously pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Elon purchased Twitter to influence elections, to try to control the narrative around the Epstein files, which, guys, he had to know he was in them. Okay, think about this, right? Think about Twitter. Think about Elon. Remember when he went on with Tucker Carlson and said, oh man, if Trump doesn't win, I'm going to jail. Okay, he was being investigated for an incredible amount of business malpractice and corruption, and he knew he was in the Epstein files. He knew, okay? Trump was talking about the Epstein files. Elon knew this whole time, guys. This whole time, Elon knew he tried to get to Epstein Island. He knew he was in there. And then he bought Twitter to control the Epstein narrative, to try and help Trump win the election so he could make all his corruption investigations go away, and to make it into an anti-trans vehicle that could, seek vengeance for him having a trans daughter. Dude, isn't that crazy? That shit is nuts, bro. Not enough lefty bots? Yeah, well, the left doesn't operate like that, okay? The left doesn't have nearly as many billionaires. And when they do have billionaires, they're not like trying to saturate fake social media stuff. Because, guys, the left relies on actual people with actual like human narratives, and a wide coalition of them. The Republicans rely on singular messaging, right? Anti-abortion, right? There's trigger issues, abortion, trans, immigration, and they just bought those things, okay? Anytime there's something on immigration, they just come in with a singular message, because the Republicans, they don't have the numbers, okay? They're widely unethical. I mean, most of them, I'll be honest, guys, there's a tweet I did that, Nancy Mace chimed in here saying, just because you're mentally ill doesn't mean the rest of America has to play along, right? And what I said was, there's no bigger mental illness in America than Christianity. And it's true, okay? It is true. These people that are going on about, fucking transgender people, they're going on and on about what is a man or what isn't a man, what is a woman or what isn't a woman. These people believe that there's going to be a blink of an eye and all of them are going to be delivered from earth to gather in some mystical place where they're going to await entrance to heaven. And then other people are going to be burned eternally in some existential, like, forever torture chamber. And they believe this based on a book that was cobbled together over several thousand years from a bunch of oral stories from a bunch of different, polytheistic religions. And they've, they stole pagan holidays and claim them as their own. And they live in this crazy world of, all like insisting that they have a right to determine the course and of the world order because they have been enshrined with some type of divine power. Like, they're so mentally ill, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. I mean, the level of mental illness to think that some origin story that you've concocted is the actual origin story of this whole amazing universe, right? Is wild, dude. That shit is fucking batshit. Dude. It is batshit. Right? Absolutely batshit. It is. Dude. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to start the fucking dance party goal. All right, and then we're going to talk about the show. Let's go, baby. Dude, we ready to dance? Dude, I'm going to dance Mariners got shellacked. They looked terrible, which is crazy. Every time the Mariners look great, the next day they look terrible. We have like a second string third baseman who committed multiple errors that cost fucking runs. Fucking idiots, bro. Fucking Mariners, boss. It's tough to be a Mariners fan. Dude, Ethan, let's go kicking us off. Let's go, baby. I know that one was probably too close to me setting the goal, so it didn't register, but it counts in my heart. If we're one shy, we're going to count that one. All right, Ethan, we got you, boss. All right, so here's what we got on tap today, guys. Okay, there's a couple things. Andrew Tate has been doing some cryptic, weird tweets, and the hunt for Barron Trump intensifies as media outlets are now picking up 𝗙𝗎𝗻𝗄𝗧𝗏𝗏's letter to Comer about subpoenaing Barron. So that is sort of stirring the pot, and there's a surprise lawsuit with the BBC. Okay, Trump sued the BBC, and he thought they were going to settle, and they have decided not to, and so they are subpoenaing Trump family members, and that could include Barron Trump, dude, Freudian slip. So we're going to look at the BBC suit. It is about January 6th. Okay, it's about J6, but still anything where they subpoena these Trump kids is going to start getting into their, getting them in depositions, getting them on the record on various topics. So that's number one. Okay, then we are going to look at Fauci, and we are going to look at Moreno. Okay, the guy who told Fauci off, who ironically, while he's screaming at Fauci, his daughter has been abused by one of his Congress mates, and he does nothing. We're going to look at that because it's insane. We're going to look at Trump, of course, taking a big Trump on camera when talking about the war and realizing that, holy shit, guys, we may never get out of the Middle East. Okay. And then we're going to look at any other MAGA hogs on parade that we can. All right. Until we run out of time, of course. Okay. So we have some interesting things to talk about. Dude, this Andrew Tate stuff is pretty hot right now. The algorithms are deeply into fucking the Andrew Tate stories. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody is so, I mean, I guess maybe I do know why. I think everybody's energized because they think that maybe this time a sex trafficker is going to actually have, some consequences. I mean, you know what I mean? I think we're so conditioned to these guys instantly getting off. And obviously Trump not, stumping for Tate is definitely generating a different vibe here. See, Ethan, though, here's the thing, boss. When you say, is it really safe? Dude, you can't play it safe, boss. All right? Right? You have to keep the pressure up. You have to keep on this shit. And was it safe 30 years ago for those women to be fighting Epstein? No. Did they believe anything was ever going to happen to them? No. And yet Epstein is dead now, and the ring has been broken up because they didn't play it safe. So playing it safe needs to go out the window. All right? Pressure, boot on the neck. Okay? Boot on the neck. And that's what we're going to do, because it's not even about this shit, right? What it is about with Tate is it is about every reporter in the world investigating this. So the more videos you make, the more neighbors you talk to, the more coworkers you talk to, the more people that look at this thing, the more we shine light on it, the more investigative reporters shine the light on it. And the more that other women victims come forward and tell their stories about Andrew Tate and about the next guys, right? So this is not even about Andrew Tate. This is about the global movement to hold men accountable for sex crimes and for violence against women. And so Tate is just another cog on the wheel, right? You got the wheel, and there's like Matt Lauer, Bill O'Reilly, Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Andrew Tate. And I mean, there's 100 other cogs on there that we don't even know yet. And you attack each one of them with everything you've got, knowing that no matter how many fail, eventually the dominoes start falling, right? And that's what it's really about, okay? It's not about Andrew Tate himself, because fuck him, dude. He's already fucking suffering. You know what I'm saying? He is suffering. It is the dawning of the age of accountability. Really well said. Really, really well said. Yeah, I try to always keep these things in like the bigger picture. You know, I mean, even when I was a kid, you know, I had an abusive father who was abusive to my mother, and he was abusive to all the kids. And I couldn't stop him, okay? And he never faced any real accountability for all that abuse. However, you know, here I am 30 years later, 40 years later, still fighting abusers. And like every bit helps, okay? Every bit helps. Yes, Blanche's confirmation has been postponed too. And I think that's tied into some of this shit too, guys. The Blanche, because I think even the Republicans realize, oh, fuck, dude, if Blanche gets confirmed, we're going to have some problems, okay? We will officially be in a full Putin-style government if Todd Blanche gets confirmed, okay? There will be no turning back from that. That means that Donald Trump will control the DOJ exclusively through his own personal criminal attorney, whom he has attorney-client privilege with. So it will essentially put all of the DOJ business in hidden under an umbrella of like Todd Blanche's attorney-client privilege with Donald Trump. And we just can't go there, guys. We cannot go there. There will be no turning back. You know what I'm saying? There will be no turning back. Dude, these guys, there will be no turning back. All right, let's go in. Let's look at some of the Barron Tate shit, okay? All right, so here's what we got, guys. Hold on. I want to take the Moreno stuff. We're going to remove that. We're going to, all right. Yeah, we'll save Moreno. All right, dude, what a crazy, dude, Bernie Moreno is crazy, guys. Just absolutely batshit. All right, you ready? So this is an article that came out in December, guys. Okay, we watched May and Chloe on Chris Hayes yesterday. And this was the source article for her interview with Chris Hayes, and this article came out in December. All right, now this is really interesting, okay, because look at this. So 7 months ago, they were already writing an article about Andrew Tate getting out of jail, possibly because of the Trump interference in Romania, right? How a Manosphere star accused of rape and trafficking was freed. Barred from leaving Romania, Andrew Tate courted powerful figures on the American right, from Tucker Carlson to Barron Trump. Then an extraordinary order let him go. Now, can I just tell you, I absolutely believe that the reporters working on this story are how we got to where we are with the current extradition. I believe that in order to take the heat off of their own cover-up and their own, intervention in Romania, that the Trump admin is going to let Tate get extradited to the UK. They're going to stay hands off and sort of offer him up as a sacrificial lamb to turn away from this accusation, right? So they have some plausible deniability. Like, wait a second, look at what we just did with the UK, right? We've captured Tate, right? We didn't help him get out of Romania. In fact, we were, talking to Romanian investigators, and here we are. Now we're letting Tate, we're bringing Tate to justice is what we're doing. And underneath that is something about Barron Trump that is hidden, and we don't know what it is. But I fully believe that they are trying to bring him to justice. They're trying to do, flip the script the same way that, Donald Trump called the Palm Beach police, tried to act like he dropped a dime on Jeffrey Epstein, which he did not. Okay, he did not in any way drop a dime on Epstein. But here we go. So Mr. Tate and his brother Tristan had been under criminal investigation in Romania since 2022, accused of coercing women into porn. Andrew was also accused of rape and having sex with and beating a 15-year-old. Okay, now that is in Romania, guys. So Tate is facing multiple charges of underage rape and being physically violent, like DV, against teenagers. It is insane, okay? Now, in a January 14th text message, Mr. Tate indicated that help was on the way. And here's what he said. He said, I had word from the Trump admin. They're on top of things. I've been told I'll be free soon, but Trump needs to see me in Miami. So Tate was telling, people that Trump was working for him. Tate was running his mouth. The next month, of course, an extraordinary order came down from the highest levels of Romanian government, and the travel restriction was lifted, and then Tate came to America. And that's when they were on the plane. We're back. We're massively back, right? And their arrival in the U.S. opened a rare rift among conservatives and raised suspicions whether the White House had intervened. Now, again, this is another Epstein files problem, because many of the conservatives, they know that Andrew Tate essayed Lauren Southern. They know this guy is a trafficker. Like, most conservatives that are not deep MAGA are not Tate supporters, especially a lot of the religious ones. They are not, okay? There is a lot of anti-Tate sentiment in the MAGA and conservative movement. All right. There he is. Look at how young he was back then. That's all the way back in 2019. Okay, now here, all right. As his notoriety grew, Tate shrewdly courted Tucker Carlson and other media stars of the right. Okay, now this, guys, it goes back to goes all the way back to shit, dude. None of this shit is showing up, bro. Dude, Elon's fucked up his fucking search function, bro. That really makes me mad. But guys, this goes all the way back to the original Fox News interview, which was this one. Okay, remember this? This was all the way back in August of 2022. Guys, This right here was 1 month after my battle with him. Okay. I went head to head with him in that debate where he skeezed on a 16-year-old, and then a month of like death threats and all this animosity towards me on Twitter and on TikTok and all over social media, like insane. We were talking like 1 billion views in a month. And then he got deplatformed. And immediately after that, he put a shirt on for like the first time in months, and he did a Fox Nation interview with Tucker Carlson.
So I think that being a man is very, very difficult. I think that men's issues are largely overlooked. The people in charge of the world pretend to care, but when somebody who's championing men's issues like myself comes forward and finally manages to garner huge percentiles of the public support, I'm silenced. So they're not really interested in men's issues. And there's a lot of young men growing up today that feel very disaffected. They feel invisible. The agendas that are being forced down their throats are not agendas they align with or they feel affinity to or agendas they want. And I basically just say to men, look, it's a very hard life. You're going to need to get up, work hard, go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind. You're going to have to reject listening blindly to everything you're told.
What
reject
a liar.
the slave mind. Think for yourself. Get a strong network of brothers. Work aside them. Don't tolerate low-quality people in your life, which means don't tolerate men who just smoke drugs and play video games, or men who are disloyal or dishonest. By extension, don't tolerate women or girlfriends who are disloyal or dishonest, and try and build and create a reality full of high-quality people in which you can resist the programming that the Matrix tries to influence you with, and grow up truly happy. So
Dude,
I think that.
So look at this, though. The dishonesty. Because one is he talks shit about video gamers, but he was preying on gamer kids almost exclusively. He's talking about the Matrix. He's talking about, men's issues. Dude, up to this point, his war room and his Discord was all about like teaching boys how to pimp. Okay? He was going on the Whatever podcast and Fresh and Fit and talking about pimping girls and putting them out on OnlyFans and taking all their money and how to like beat them properly to keep them in line, right? But here he went on Fox News with Tucker and was like, oh, I'm a men's issue guy, just teaching men to think for themselves and to go to the gym. Strong body is a strong mind and stay with loyal people. Dude, what a fraud. But guys, this worked. Okay. This ingratiated him with the right wing because nobody's really going to look into who and what this guy is. But Tucker platformed him because he was talking about the Matrix. And I think Tucker knew that this guy would be helpful as another person who had been silenced, which is the reason, part of the reason they were trying so hard to take the government back was, they were using this we're being silenced. And so this was sort of them building it was the early stages of their anti-trans narrative, and it was all tied to this shit. Yeah, baby, smash that like button. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, guys. We got 11 minutes left. Oh, 11 minutes left. Dance party, baby, dance party. But so this is the shit, guys, that he was doing, all right, that she's talking about. And he shrewdly courted Tucker Carlson and other media stars of the right, who in turn tapped into the brothers' loyal following to also expand their own reach. So it's like cults feeding other cults, guys. It really is. That's what it is. You have like the Candace cult and the Tucker cult and the Andrew Tate cult and the Trump cult and the TPUSA cult. And then they're like, let's come together and trade all the cult members with each other. Dude, Ozzy, let's go. Let's go, baby. Kicking us off. Shrimps on the barbie. All right. Now, Andrew also nurtured relationships with Donald Trump Jr. and his younger brother, Barron, who recognized the role that young male voters could play in their father's return to power. Barron, now 19, admired Andrew and spoke with him over Zoom last year, according to Justin Waller. That's our little jewelry collecting guy, a mutual friend who was on the call. During the call, they discussed their shared beliefs that the Romanian criminal case was an effort to silence the Tates, he said. After Mr. Trump's reelection, some of the Tate supporters ascended into the new administration. One of them, the diplomatic envoy Richard Grenell, twice discussed their case with Romanian officials. Within days of the second conversation, that was the one in Munich, Germany, the Romanian prosecutors received their marching orders and the Tates got the travel restriction lifted. Okay, the prosecutors were outraged, but there was nothing they could do because the call came from the upper part of the government. Okay, now, Ron DeSantis got in here, though, too. The brothers' liberation rattled many American diplomats who feared a shadowy new era of foreign relations. It prompted hostility from traditional conservatives like Ron DeSantis, Megyn Kelly, right? Megyn Kelly actually said this is actually toxic masculinity. Jesus, that's crazy, dude. I didn't realize Megyn Kelly even had a red line, right? I mean, she said Trump, she didn't care if he got handsy with girls. So who knew that Megyn Kelly had a red line? Shocker. Some liken the Tates to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Their return also led to a new assault allegation, okay, from a girlfriend who said Andrew beat and strangled her shortly after his arrival in the United States. Now, guys, this is the Tate girlfriend in Beverly Hills, okay? This was when he came here, guys, okay? This is where, let's find her. Dude, Twitter search function. It's Brianna Stern. Okay. So there it was. This was when they brought him here, guys. So Donald Trump's administration, through Barron, I mean, here's what it looks like, guys. This is what it looks like. It looks like Andrew Tate and Justin Waller made inroads with Don Jr. and Barron Trump. And those guys were like their fans. And they courted relationships with these guys. And then those guys went to their father. And then their father and some other Tate like acolytes that were in his administration made this crazy move to influence a Romanian criminal sex trafficking case by having the top officials put a halt on it. Then Andrew Tate comes to America, and when he comes to America, he beats his fucking girlfriend, dude. Okay? Brianna Stern. He fucking comes to America with a girlfriend, and he beats her up in the Beverly Hills Hotel. And then she stays here and files a civil case against him, right? And then with his, now current attorney, he launches a legal offensive against her, filing a $50 million defamation and fraud case. Okay, right? Isn't that crazy? $50 million. Now, this is really one of the things that's really hard about this. When women try to come forward, okay, they come forward and they try to, do a civil trial, and then there's a countersuit, right? There's a countersuit claiming defamation, but it's an insane amount, $50 million. Tate has like the most expensive legal team money can buy. And all of these guys are degenerate, like sex pest lawyers that defend people like Epstein and Trump. Right now, this case has not been settled yet. This case is still in the courts, guys. Okay? This was August of last year. This case has not gotten dismissed. So he does have another civil suit here with the girlfriend he beat up when they brought him to America. Okay? And right? Isn't that nuts? Dude, this guy, yeah, the Johnny Depp strategy, exactly. Guys, it is the number one reason why wealthy men get away with rape, okay? Because wealthy men can rape a woman, and even if, if she can't prove it criminally, if she tries to do it in the civil courts, they will just bury her with legal teams. They'll keep her in court for years. You know what I'm saying? And doing character assassination the whole time, right? Apart from the Michigan primary. Yeah, no, this is actually really important, guys. I feel like this Tate stuff is you know how we had Me Too, which was like men can be held accountable. And then we have Epstein, and it was like, wow, there was a government fucking cover up that happened 20 years ago. But guys, I don't know if you realize that this Andrew Tate case right now is we had government cover up last year. We had government cover up last year. Last March, fucking Donald Trump's administration went to Romania and essentially did what 𝗙𝗟𝗏𝗏 did for Epstein. Last year they did it. Oh yeah, we know he's on trial for sex trafficking, but we need you to fucking let him out. That's insane, guys. Dude, Intuition Jen, let's go. Let's go. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. All right, we need 28 in 3. Let's see what we can do, dude. Let's see what we can do. Let's rally the troops. Let's go. Woke as fuck, baby. We be dancing. Let's crank out as many as we can before we reset. It's insane, guys. Think about that. Dude, Intuition Jen again, let's go. While Donald Trump's administration was covering up the Epstein files, they were also illegally working to get a sex trafficker and a rapist free in Romania using U.S. government authority. And we don't know what they gave to the Romanians, what they promised them. Like, that is crazy. Those two things were happening at the same time. Okay? And like, were there Romanian officials in the Epstein files that got buried in exchange for Tate getting loose or what? I mean, we don't even know. Something went down. Something crazy went down. 1 minute, guys. Let's go. We're 26 away. Giddy up, baby. It is global. Let's get one more. At least get one more so we can reset on an even number. And then we have more to look at here with Barron Tate. Dude, I'm calling him Barron Tate, dude. There it is. Trump, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏, Dance Party, LFG, Jenna, X-Ray Dragon. Let's go. All right, guys. Here we go. Now we're at 25, boss. Let's go. Dude, let's go. 5 more. We're going to get 5 more in this window. Ready? 1 minute. Let's get 5. And then we can run a straight 20 in part 2. Let's go. Oh, shit, dude. Dude, little deja vu. I'm ready. I'm ready for a little deja vu. Oh, dude, I'm ready to go to New York. Dude, Jason's Australiana, some shrimp on the bobby. Dude, Tony Sled, let's go. The hour of the left plus healthcare is here in America. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Dude, yeah, the Michigan primary is big too, guys. I was supposed to go on 𝗙់today, but he canceled. Dude, it's a bummer. I was supposed to go on there today at like 11:30, but he messaged me and was like, I have something else to cover. Dude, he chickened out, man. What the fuck, boss? Dude, why these guys? Dude, I am so ready to go talk to that guy. Dude, these fucking centrists are like clowns, boss. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh shit. We have not set a date to reschedule, but we will hook it up. Okay? I'm not going to let him fucking disappear, guys. Okay? I'm not going to let him wriggle away. I interact with him on Twitter. I call him out every day cuz he's so full of shit. Are ye asking? Are ye dancing? Let's go, pretty Kate. Let's go. All right, so 23 away. We're going to reset here. Hold on. The reset coming up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dude, I love the name Pretty Kate Machine. That's just so good. Oh, dude. So good. It is so good. Plus the name Kate. I've had two very special Kates in my life. Like seriously, like two very special, like life-changing Kates that I've known in my life. I'm all confused about this Johnny Depp scenario. Dude, Johnny Depp scenario was pretty bad, dude. Summon Sakatara. Let's go. Oops. Oh shit, I pushed two buttons at once. Hold on, we'll do it again. Oh shit, there we go. We're gonna do it. Dude, Hutch does suck, bro. He does. Dude, I think it's the baldness. I think the baldness has started affecting, right? It's like men who get rid of their hair. You just, you know, even if you're losing your hair, you got to just keep what you got and you got to rock that shit. When you prematurely go to baldness, like that shit rots your brain, dude. Because your fear of baldness doesn't go away just because you get rid of the hair you have left, right? You got to actually conquer the fear. That's the shit with Andrew Tate, too. That guy has hairline issues, and he never dealt with them, okay? You got to deal with the issues first, and then, you know, go bald. But if you don't deal with the issues and you just go bald to cover the issue, it doesn't fucking take anything away. Dance. Hey, we'll be dancing. Oh, I don't know. What's my Cockney accent? Hey, mate, we'll be dancing. I don't know. I don't have a good fucking English accent, dude. I've been doing Australia too much. All right, let me get back on here now. All right. So let me see what we had. All right, so we had 24 left, right? And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 19 left. Okay, so we'll just reset for 20. All right, let's go. That makes it easy. All right, there we go. There we go. Dude, we'll have a dance and a shag, eh? A dance and a shag. Dude, is that good? Is that good English? Oh. See, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing was for me was problematic because I know Amber Heard was like severely abused in that relationship, but they were both like struggling. But like Johnny Depp he was performing. He went on the stand and performed as the lovable Johnny Depp character that everybody loved. And so there was no way to like have a fair trial, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he was just such a lovable movie actor and he was so good at going up there. Like an actor being on the stand is problematic, guys. Dude, poppycock. Let's go. Right? You know? And he did, you know, he was super abusive. I mean, you know. And men in Hollywood have outsized power, guys. Hollywood, I mean, it's evolving now, but certainly, you know, at the time those guys were dating and in the thick of it, Hollywood was a boys' club. And it's still, a lot of it is, which is tough, right? It's tough. But, you know, all right. Anyway, here, we're going to move on, all right? We're going to move on. But yeah, I watched some of that, like court stuff, and I was like, oh, dude, Dude, you know, she's fucking, they were both abusive. They absolutely were both abusive, you know, but there was an unfair power dynamic there though, guys. And after their abusive relationship, he did have an outsized influence in how she was going to be viewed in the industry. And there's no way to really quantify that. Did I miss you, Walter? I'll go back and get it, boss. And that's what's really hard. And everybody fucking knew it too, but like, you know, nobody's going to take a stand for Amber Heard because nobody wanted to lose their fucking standing, you know? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's pretty common. Okay, dude, Felicia said, so much love, Brooklyn, all day dinner on me, Tommy, let's go! Dude, thank you, Felicia. Thank you for that membership, too. Appreciate you, boss. Dude, I totally missed that one. Dude, that must have been during the fucking intro. I know I saw Walter Kopp's name. There you are, Walter. No, I got yours. Oh, I see. I marked yours. I just didn't announce it. I didn't say it because I'd already liked it. But Walter's was just saw Tallarico is up 5 points on Paxton, 45-40. Let's go. Poppycock. There it is. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Let's go. Yeah, it's tough, man. Dude, I like Amber. I'm a big Amber fan. I'm a bigger Amber fan than I am a Johnny Depp fan. Okay. You know, there are just too many, you know, when I lived in Hollywood, there were just too many stories about like Johnny Depp and his behavior. Okay. He was like a scenester, you know, he co-owned the Viper Room, and that's where River Phoenix died. And like Johnny Depp, like that guy, he's not a good guy. Okay. He's not a good human being. Let me just tell you the stories with him and the abuses that he fucking got away with because of who he was and how people in Hollywood covered for him. Like not a good human, man. Great actor. Loved his actor. Loved his acting. Loved his like movie career. He's just wasn't a good person. He's real rapey and abusive and physically abusive and manipulator. You know, he had a lot of power, guys. A lot of fucking power. And you know what he had though too? You know what he had, guys? He's charming. Okay? No, he's charming and lovable. So the thing that was really hard about Johnny Depp is he had this preternatural ability to be like the lovable, like downtrodden boy next door that everybody would like help him out. And so he could just fuck people up so bad. And then afterwards he would be like, oh, I'm just Johnny Depp. And people would like forgive him and cover for him. You know what I'm saying? He was like so... like everybody was rooting for him. Yes, he was very attractive. He had the pretty privilege, but he was so charming and so affable that nobody could stay mad at him. So he got away with a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He had one of those magical charms. And I mean, another guy who got away with shit like that was Brad Pitt. But you may see Brad Pitt's getting a lot of like, his kids are disowning him and shit because he's so violent and stuff. But like Brad Pitt's another one of those that got away with being a fucking serious abuser for like years. You know what I mean? Because they were so pretty and everybody loved them so much, you know? You know what I mean? Brad did not stick the landing. You know, it was hard though, because Johnny Depp was like one of the most lovable characters in Hollywood, dude. The Pirates movies, like just beloved of all ages. And you know, like great actor. It's hard. But there are a lot of stories. In the 90s, guys, in LA, there were like a lot of stories about Johnny Depp. and none of them were good. You know what I'm saying? Not, they were all like, if you run into Johnny Depp and you're with a girl, get the fuck out of there, bro. You know, it was like, do never take a girl anywhere near Johnny Depp ever, right? Dude. He was legendary for the horror stories. You know, all right. But anyway, moving on. It's my rant. It's too bad. It's too bad, guys. You know, all right. So let's see here. All right. So after Andrew beat and strangled his girlfriend in Beverly Hills, prosecutors declined to bring charges. And then she filed a lawsuit against, and he's suing for defamation. But look at that, guys. There's another one. Dude, Jenna X-Ray, all these fuckboys suck. They do indeed. Let's go. But look at that, guys. This is the story of every essayed woman's life right here. And prosecutors declined to press charges. That's the fucking thing that they get like over and over and over again, guys. Okay? It just happens. Breckos, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, boss. All right. It says here in a statement to the Times, the Romanian prosecutor's office said the country's constitution requires them to operate independently, and their actions in the Tate case have been legal. Legal, maybe. Ethical, who knows? All right. And the guy who was prime minister when they were released did not respond to requests for comment. All right. Now, an official with the White House said it has no knowledge of, is not involved in anything related to the Tate legal matters. The official did not respond to questions about Barron, and Donald Trump Jr. did not respond to a request for comment. So this is what's interesting. Even in the New York Times reporting, and this was 7 months ago, leading up to this UK extradition, nobody wants to respond to the questions about Barron. Okay? The Tate's lawyer said the Times findings about Andrew and Barron were fake news. After more than 2 years of confinement, the brothers have used their newfound freedom to blah, visit Kanye West. They're partying in Dubai. He's driving a Bugatti, right? The Romanian case is moving forward, and they're facing charges of human trafficking in Britain. This is what's coming right now, what he's, fighting extradition for. But look at this. In the United States, the Times found anti-trafficking agents at DHS have been investigating the Tates for years. So there's been an open investigation here in America too, guys. Right? Isn't that crazy? That they've been investigating him here too. Now you got to wonder, like, what is going on with Barron, dude? Barron Tate is in some shit. Now, this is them at the UFC, right? This was in March of 2025. This was the trip where Tate beat his girlfriend in Beverly Hills. All right? Now, they had run-ins with British police. Okay, Tristan was arrested in 2014 for assaulting a woman. Then in 2015, Andrew was arrested 3 times in Britain. Okay, one woman he strangled during sex. That was one of the cam workers. Another said he had raped, beaten, and pulled a gun on her. And a third woman said he had raped her and strangled her while they were dating. Okay, now this is 2015, guys, and they did not charge the brothers, but they were investigating them fully, started investigating his camming business, and that's when they left and fled to Romania. All right? Dude, yeah, no, Barron is absolutely in the network. All right? Then he started podcasting, and this was before he became famous. Okay? They moved to Romania, right? Then he was cast. I don't know if you guys know about this, but he was cast on a British reality show in 2016 called Big Brother. But then they found videos of him beating a woman with a belt. And even though they got the girl to say it was consensual, the show booted him. Okay. He was fired right away. And, 2016 was the last time he was back in the UK, guys. Okay. And then by 2022, though, he had gotten huge. All right. He blew up mostly because of the pandemic. He was one of the pandemic people, guys. I was too, guys. I'll be honest. Okay. No pandemic, I would have no career right now. Okay. I was a small time streamer that started building a Fortnite community in 2019. And then 2020 happened. And then the pandemic hit. And all these kids were at home, like just at home on the internet, playing games all day. And pretty soon I was streaming like 14 hours a day. And I was building this huge fucking thing. But like no pandemic, and there would have been no acting like Tommy. He didn't get big though. He didn't start getting big until he during the pandemic is when he like exploded. I mean, he was doing podcasts and shit back in 2018, but he was like small time. It was during the pandemic when people were sitting on the internet all day long on TikTok specifically. TikTok was his rise, mine too. And TikTok blew up in 2020. It had been around, but during the pandemic, the layperson discovered TikTok and everything just went off the rails. All right. But this is interesting, though. You ready? Because look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this timeline. Okay. The scandal about the British TV show about Big Brother, right? It boosted his fame, especially on social media, where he became a fierce supporter of Mr. Trump. Donald Trump Jr. liked one of his supportive Twitter posts, and they soon agreed to meet. Tate went to Trump Tower to meet Don Jr. in 2017, guys. That's crazy. That is insane that I did not realize he was already hanging out with Don Jr. back in 2017, because you know what it makes me wonder? It makes me wonder if the Tate, Bannon, Epstein network, remember the Gamergate guys? Okay. And right, you have Epstein, you have Bannon, you have these guys that were involved with Gamergate, and they were trying to sort of build the incel sort of ethos all through this time from like 2014 on. You got to wonder if Tate got famous, if he was boosted by the Trumps and Epstein and Steve Bannon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. I did not realize this, Epstein didn't get arrested until 2019, guys. So it is very possible that Bannon's, flood the zone ethos and those guys trying to build this sort of toxic masculinity Trumpism, if they were part of, helping astroturf Tate. Yeah, Peter Thiel, Steve Bannon, Jeffrey Epstein, Elon Musk. I mean, it's entirely possible that they were, they were in on this. That's fucking crazy, guys. Unfucking real, dude. I mean, maybe it wasn't. It was timing and, tech bro assistance. That's why he feels they're coming to save him. It must be, I mean, he obviously, they were willing to, get him out of, they were willing to get him out of house arrest in Romania. So there's something big in there. Okay. There's something big in there. And look at what he said. He said that he and Don Jr. still inbox each other every couple days. By 2022, he and Tristan gained millions of followers by preaching mental and physical discipline, entrepreneurship, and the subjugation of women. They had expanded the porn business to TikTok, OnlyFans, and other platforms. Were selling their courses to young men, PhD for pimpin' hose degree. Over the previous 8 years, they had earned at least 21 million pounds, according to records from a British court that found they evaded taxes. So that's another thing, dude. They made $21 million in this online bullshit business, but they didn't pay any taxes. Right? Of course. Of course, these fuckers, bro. Okay. Then Andrew was kicked off social media platforms. And then in December of 2022, they were arrested in Romania. This was right when he was kicked out, that interview that we watched there. All right. Then they were house restricted. They were put on house arrest. And text messages cited in the indictment show Andrew Tate and one woman discussing what would happen if she went to Romania. Do you want me to be your slave or your wife? You'll do whatever I tell you, which is the same thing. If I choose a woman to be my wife, she'll love me enough to let me tell her what I feel like. I will decide if she's a slave. Dude, what fucking douchebags, right? Once she arrived, he raped her twice, on one occasion forcing her into group sex, the indictment said. He choked another woman so hard that blood vessels in her eyes burst. And in a text message chat titled Pimps, Tristan and two other associates discussed how to punish a woman who said she would no longer cam for them. And he said, you know, get her out of the house, hit her if you have to, don't let her take her things. They basically like isolate and pimp. She was pushed down, dragged out of the house, she told witnesses, right? Or witnesses, she and witnesses told prosecutors. This was all in Romania. Dude, brutal. Now, Romania is a hub for sex trafficking. Now, here's where it gets interesting, though. From Tucker to Barron, all right? Ooh, oh, baby. Dude, I want this shit. I want these guys in jail so bad, guys. So bad. All right, after his arrest, Mr. Tate hired Joseph McBride. Now, we gotta look at Tate's lawyer. All right, this is the guy he hired because this is now Andrew Tate's lawyer, Joseph McBride with a fucking Roman helmet, dude. Dude, what does that say? Moron? Moron? Oh my God, dude. What fucking idiots. All right. But now look at him. He's going on podcasts. Dude. Dude, these guys are all such assholes. Right? They are all such assholes. Okay. So after his arrest, Tate hired Joseph McBride, a lawyer who had defended Trump supporters accused of insurrection at the Capitol. I did not realize that, guys, that this was a J6 attorney. Okay. In some ways, in short order, Mr. McBride pitched his brash new client to Tucker Carlson. In some ways, it was an odd pairing. Mr. Carlson was a proud husband who promoted Christian values, but he had been ousted from Fox after lawsuits exposed his offensive language and the $787 million settlement about lying about the election. Okay? He was building his own show on Twitter, and Tate, who had been reinstated on Twitter, had millions of followers there. All right? In an interview with The Times, McBride recalled telling Mr. Carlson if he flew to Romania for a sit down with Andrew, they'd break the internet. And so he did, right? He did. He was right. The 2023 interview recorded at Tate's luxury home on the outskirts of Bucharest drew more than 112 million viewers, guys. And that was this one. That was this interview right here. Okay. That was this interview, the sit down in 2023. Okay. Dude, these guys are such fucking degenerates, bro. Jesus. All right. Hold on. I want to keep this interview fresh. Dude, Tucker though, guys, Tucker is a whore. Okay? He is. Tucker is a whore. He will partner up with anyone that will expand his fame, anyone that will lead him to money. I mean, he is like a whore among whores. He will talk shit about Donald Trump and talk shit about the war in the Middle East, and then he'll be in the oil meetings making sure his oil investments go through the roof, right? And you're right, they all are. That's true, they all are. Tucker, though, is an extra whore. All right, so now, here's what's interesting, though. You ready? Is they had a 2.5-hour conversation about their beliefs, which was fighting a left-wing war on masculinity. Mr. Carlson misrepresented the criminal allegations in Romania, saying there were no sex crimes, no violence, no trafficking. That's not actually human trafficking. I don't care what you call it. You weren't buying, even accused of buying and selling anyone. So Tucker, the Christian, covered for a human trafficker. Okay? Asked recently, look at this, dude. Asked recently about the interview, Mr. Carlson said to the New York Times, if I misstated their indictment or got the facts wrong, I sincerely apologize. Dude, scumbags, guys. He added, it doesn't change my view that the Tates, whatever their personal behavior, had a message worth hearing. Dude, you know, Carlson, I'm sure Carlson roofied. He's like a roofie person, I think, Carlson. All right. So isn't that crazy, though? Tucker the Christian was willing to partner, like they'll all partner with the devil. All of these fake Christians. You know? Oh, I sincerely apologize for... Okay, now, you ready? The interview helped burnish Mr. Tate's reputation. Charlie Kirk, the conservative youth organizer and Trump advisor, was among those who tuned in. Now I see why he's popular, Mr. Kirk said on his podcast. While he expressed disgust over Tate's porno business, he agreed that masculinity was under siege. He is hitting on something that you're not allowed to say, where there's a lot of truth to it. Candace Owens, another podcaster, flew to Romania, conducted her own sympathetic interview of Mr. Tate. Let's see when we had Candace. Shit, boss. When was that? Dude, I didn't realize she went to Romania too. Oh my God, dude. She did.
All right, guys, welcome to another special episode of Candace.
Dude, she did, bro. Look at that. 2.7 million views. She did it during the election, guys. Look at that shit. She platformed him during the election. Okay? That is insane. What the fuck, bro? See, they're all so toxic. They're all so toxic.
Basically, they're...
Right? These supposed Christians will literally, they will platform anyone that helps them spin an agenda. Dude. They're so, like, they're so scummy, bro. Like, they're so scummy. All right. She told her audience it was a mistake to judge him for his past comments or his other content. She said that this is just how guys have fun, she said. The same way that girls sit around and talk about Real Housewives. All right. In other interviews, Tate drew parallels he saw between himself and Trump. In September 2023, Trump shared on Truth Social a video of Tristan defending him, and Trump said, "Thank you." McBride, the brothers' lawyer, pressed their case in meetings with members of Congress. According to an interview he gave with Roger Stone, he said male and female lawmakers were outraged at the brothers' treatment. Don Jr. showed support too. You got people attacking you as far as I'm concerned, he told Mr. Tate in a June 2024 conversation, right? They just want to silence you. And then here comes good old Barron Tate. Dude. So his younger brother, Barron, was also a fan. That spring, as his father was going after young male voters on the campaign trail, the teenager hosted a dinner at Mar-a-Lago for influencers. Holy shit, dude. I didn't know this. I did not know this, guys. This is crazy. So Tate's buddy, Justin Waller, that was running the Tate courses, they were having an influencer meeting at Mar-a-Lago. These guys are like inside the Trump political war machine. The conversation that night meandered, Mr. Waller said, from calling each other degenerate names to discussing potential running mates for Trump, who also made an appearance and agreed to go on the podcast of Patrick Bet-David. Dude, they were talking about running mates. Bro, no wonder we're so fucked up. Mr. Waller's tried to play big brother role for Barron, he said, visiting Mar-a-Lago, talking to him about dating. The president's youngest son is not a bad ally to have, let's be frank, he said. He and Barron spoke to Andrew over Zoom last year. Okay. Mr. Waller said, well, the teenager was having a suit fitted by Waller's tailor. Although they discussed the Romanian case, Barron did not say anything about helping the Tates, Mr. Waller said. They also talked about supporting Trump's presidential campaign on their online platforms. That summer, when a young man tried to shoot Trump, Tate told reporters he had talked to Barron after the shooting. I'm very close to the Trumps, yada, yada, yada. When Andrew texted in January, the Trump administration was on top of things. He didn't name names, but several of his supporters had found roles in the incoming government. His attorney, right? One of his attorneys, Paul Ingrassia, was the White House liaison to the Justice Department. Of course, 𝗙𝗏𝗏 was his big fan. Oh, I'm such a fan. Hi there. Oh, right. She, of course, they were trying to make her fucking they were trying to make her a fucking lawyer up in New Jersey, which wasn't going to happen. Oh my God, dude. And then Richard Grenell, who of course is a huge fan, right? This guy's a big Tate guy, right? At Mar-a-Lago, Grenell met Victor Ponta, an advisor to the Romanian prime minister. And then this next part is just about Grenell going and talking to these officials and getting Tate out of house arrest. All right, I want to see if there's more about Barron in here. All right. Soon after the Munich conference, prime minister got Tate was free. That's when they came here. Dude, oh shit. But by then, the Tate's legal problems were snowballing. Okay, in Britain, the woman who had accused Tate of rape and assault a decade earlier was suing him in civil court. Prosecutors authorized trafficking and rape charges against the brothers based on allegations involving 3 other women. Okay, the Homeland Security anti-trafficking agents have been conducting interviews about the Tates for several years. Agents were working with the prosecutors who won the conviction of Sean Combs, right? Both offices refused comments. And then a judge invalidated the 2023 indictment, but they had to represent it. This was after Trump got involved, right? And then here is, in Romania, they have evidence that since 2014, they coerced more than 30 women, including a 17-year-old, into their cam business. And then Tate had sex with and was bribing a 15-year-old to stay quiet. Okay, and he had beaten her with a belt and choked her until she passed out. And let's see here. So there's the thing. They get out. Dude, these guys are so dirty, bro. Oh, shit. In mid-March, the brothers flew back to Romania for a court appearance, and this is when Brianna Stern was assaulted in Beverly Hills. On social media, she shared his text messages. He said, "I really love hitting you. It's very good for me and you. It's relaxing, don't you think?" And like, dude, what the fuck, bro? Pookie, no, I cry. Dude, who are these people? What are we doing? Like, how are these people allowed to have millions of dollars, guys? I protest capitalism. I'm serious. The fact that these assholes get to have millions of dollars and live these cushy lives like we are living in a bullshit existence. All right? A just world, a world where there's any type of like fairness, these guys would be licking toilet seats, you know? And so now there's a big countersuit. All right? In recent months, Andrews continued to weigh in on American politics, including calling for civil war after Charlie Kirk. Okay? And most people stopped defending him except Nick Fuentes. And let's see what we got here. So there we go. That's it. So that's all we have on Barron. Now, there's another article here. Dude, we're gonna dip into one more article, and then we're gonna go and look at the Fauci stuff. Dude, these guys though are so toxic because this is another one that's looking at good old Barry Bear, right? Dude, Brian Kohlberger, dude, fuck that guy, bro. That guy, he's trying. What is he trying to get a job in the Trump admin? Right? Brian Kohlberger, dude, he's gonna get hired by Trump, isn't he? Dude, Barron Tate. Good old Barron Tate. Barron Trump is knee deep in Andrew Tate. And I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it, people. Look at him though, dude. This guy. I know that there is some shit in this guy. It's going to come out too. Okay. Unlike his garrulous father, Barron Tate seems to be a man of few words. The president's youngest son has been busy flogging energy drinks and making millions from crypto schemes, but he's not big on public speaking. Indeed, the best known clip of him talking is probably when he was 4 years old and said, "I like my suitcase." And that's true, guys. That literally, have you seen that? I like my suitcase. Oh my God, dude. This shit is like the only fucking thing, right?
Hi, Larry. Hi, Larry. I like my suitcase. I have to go to school now.
Yeah, you will have lunch and then you go to school.
Now I'm gonna go.
Yeah, first you will have lunch and then you go to school. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry. I like my suitcase.
Dude, future Andrew Tate acolyte. Dude, he can both grab his suitcase. I mean, you know, just so you know, Barron, that's a briefcase there, little man. I know your mom probably still has you on the tit, right? Even though you're like 10, dude. She's like, "Come here, Barron. Come here. Just put your mouth on mommy just for an hour or two." Dude, that's a briefcase. You fucking dude, I know this poor kid surrounded by Epstein acolytes. I mean, dude, he's like pulling up his pants, dude. "I like my suitcase. I like my crypto scams." Dude, he's definitely Epstein's kid, bro. Dude, that's what it is, dude. It was a mix. They mixed Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein's sperm and they implanted it in fucking They implanted it in fucking Melania's butthole, dude. That's... All right. Woo! Chill the fuck out. Yo, something is off. Yes. Oh. Crazy. Sorry, guys. Dude, yeah, that's the thing. All right, so in a Slovenian accent. Now, still though, 20-year-old Barron Trump might find himself hauled in front of Congress, okay? Because Jessamine Ansari, she has now written this letter, and she has indicated that they want Barron to testify about his alleged connections to toxic influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate. Now, let me just tell you guys, when we win the House in November, Barron is going to get, he is going to get subpoenaed. Guys, traffic doesn't stop. It detours, need a real DOJ. Let's go, shall we? Oh shit, guys. I'm sorry, I let the goal expire, dude. So we need 17. Let me reset this. Dude, that is, he will definitely get subpoenaed. 100%. Okay? 100 fucking percent. He will get the Hunter Biden treatment over these influencers. He will get subpoenaed. Don Jr. will get subpoenaed. And I mean, there's going to be subpoenas about Epstein. We're going to control the investigative arm when we take the House, guys. This is going to get, it's going to get rich. Let me just tell you. And Trump knows it. They are panicking. Okay? They are panicking. They are going to pull out all the cheating stops. They are. They are going to try everything in the book, because this is literally, if they lose the House right here, it is going to detonate so much stuff. Okay? All right, here we go. We're going to reset it. I have to do 20 because they don't let me do 17, but we only need 17. All right. I'm going 15 minutes though. We're going to get in and out. Fuck it. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Dance incoming. I like my suitcase. My suitcase. Ooh. All right. So what's Barron got to do with all this? All right. Over the years, right? These guys are mostly reporting on that same Zoom call. Okay. So Barron has spent a lot of time with Justin Waller, right? See if there's anything else here involved. All right. So fast forward to now, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has said the White House will not get involved. Okay. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has also dismissed the idea. We will not get involved. Okay. And it says whether you should believe this is debatable, but it's certainly possible the Tates have outlived their usefulness to the ever transactional Trumps. Now, I think a lot of things are at play here. Like, number one is we know that they interfered in Romania, and they're going to pretend like they didn't by letting him fry with the UK. Number two is I don't think Tate is useful to Trump anymore because Trump can't run. Okay? And let's be honest. Okay? Trump does not care if the Republicans lose in 2028. He does not care. When he is done, he does not care. He only used these people for him to win and for him to cover up the Epstein files. I don't think Trump really cares either way what happens in 2028. Okay? He just doesn't care. Okay? Now, the Ansari wants to investigate whether back-channel communications between the Tate brothers, presidential advisors, and members of the First Family, such as Barron Tate, influenced official actions or administrative policy regarding the criminal prosecution and or international law enforcement cooperation in Romania. It specifically recommends a subpoena for Barron to see if he had any involvement in relation to the Tate crimes. Okay, she also went on a Midas Touch podcast, like saying the same thing, noting that Barron is a full-blown adult and he is very influential in the Trump White House orbit, which he is. Now, one thing that's crazy though, guys, here's one thing that's weird. All right. This is something that I find weird. All right. Is the lack of Adin Ross. Okay. Because Adin Ross was literally Andrew Tate's like #1 guy. Okay. Adin Ross sniffed the Tate chair. Okay. This guy sniffed Andrew Tate's chair. And he used to go on his stream. Dude, that old picture of me keeps coming up, dude. Oh my God, dude. Dude, I look so crazy in that photo. All right. Dude, he like zapped his Twitter, guys. I think, did he zap his Twitter? Yeah, look at this. So this is, right? Here's Adin Ross and Andrew Tate and Jake Paul. Dude, Tiana, let's go. Thank you, Tiana, kicking us off. So they used to stream a lot, okay? Adin Ross used to stream all the fucking time. And here he is with Andrew Tate. Watch this. This is 2023. Look what he does. Okay, look what he does.
You know this. I have work to do.
Andrew Tate gets up and leaves, and Adin goes and sniffs his chair.
I'm ready, bro. I'm really gonna do this shit. Y'all don't understand, bro. I'm really. And I just want to say, bro. You know this.
All right. Now Adin was like a huge influencer. Okay, he was just like making Tate like, oh my God, Tate is like the king, right? But so here is what's fucking wild, guys. Okay, what is wild about this is Adin Ross. Oh, I haven't blocked. Okay. So Adin Ross hasn't said anything, guys. He hasn't said anything about Andrew Tate. Okay? This guy, Adin Ross, was like the major Tate fucking dude. Okay? He was a major Andrew Tate dude. He was literally, you know what I'm saying? He was like the big fucking Andrew Tate guy. He was the main pipeline from Tate to the gamer boy crowd. I mean, absolutely. From setting him up on, stream after stream with these guys.
You could have visitors or not.
Yeah, I am allowed.
Andrew, you know you actually helped me stop masturbating. Because every time that I would masturbate, I would think of you. And I'd be like, nah, this is not right. I'm going to stop.
What the fuck?
I said,
dude, these guys are like, whatever. They're such chodes. Okay. And then Donald Trump, though, went on his podcast and Adin Ross watched porn. He watched The Hub on his Kick stream. Okay. Adin Ross watched the Pornhub with a bunch of kids on his Kick stream. And he did all that shit, though, but dude, he has been completely silent, guys. Okay? 100% silent. And that's really interesting to me, guys. Okay? That is really interesting to me that Adin Ross, through all of this, I mean, his last tweet was in May, and it was reposting some brand risk shit, but he's essentially gone dark. Okay? He's gone dark. And especially when it comes to him and Andrew Tate, all right, he has gone completely dark. Right? Trump goes on his podcast. Trump wins. Tate comes to America in March of 2025. And then Adin Ross goes completely dark. I mean, dude, like, we have no idea what's going on. But I thought that was actually pretty strange. That of all the people, that Adin Ross, who was the primary pipeline from Tate to gamers and from Trump to gamers, and the guy who made Trump seem like this really cool guy, talking young, 20-year-old white males into going and voting for president. And he has not said peep. He is just completely silent. And he has never been silent about Andrew Tate. When he got arrested in Romania, Adin was like laundering his image. Adin was having him on stream after his arrest. Adin has always been the Tate sort of like, hey man, let's get Tate on here and catch up with him. And that's how they've controlled the narrative around the Matrix to all these young guys. I think it is significant that at the same time Tate is like maybe going to get extradited and they're wanting to investigate Barron Trump, that Adin Ross is not saying anything. Because Adin Ross, I guarantee you Adin Ross was at that influencer dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and I guarantee you that Barron Trump is the reason Donald Trump went on Adin Ross's podcast, that was an absolute setup. But isn't that weird? The timing of that is just weird, guys. Okay? And he is just mute. And I've never seen him mute about this guy. So, yeah. Right? And here they're saying if the US government won't demand answers from Barron, then the media should. He may not have chosen to be born a Trump, but he has chosen to profit from his name and connections. He's not some little kid who needs protecting, but there are a lot of vulnerable young kids out there who do need protecting from the bigotry and the hate that men like Tate peddle. So yeah, man, that shit is weird, guys. That, I'm telling you, we know that, but guys, Israel is tied to this. Okay, certainly, I don't know if they're tied to Andrew Tate, but they're certainly tied to Donald Trump, to Jeffrey Epstein, to Peter Thiel, to the surveillance state, okay, to Elon Musk. They're very tied to, government surveillance and social media surveillance and absolutely tied to Jeffrey Epstein. Ehud Barak was Netanyahu's defense minister. Ehud Barak was a prime minister of Israel. They're absolutely connected. Dude, this is some weird shit, guys. Fucking weird shit. He does have Patrick Bateman. Like, if Patrick Bateman was a dork, right? Dude, Shovel, let's go, baby. Let's go. Thank you for the membership. Why would his mom let him grow up and have those friends? She isolated him so much it seems as she broke in two. Dude, Melania? Dude, Melania was an escort for Jeffrey Epstein. She's very broken. I mean, Melania's whole life has been surrounded by sex traffickers and or rapists. I mean, dude, I'm sure she was SA'd when she came over here from Slovenia. I mean, of course. All right, guys, we have 3 minutes. Let's go, guys. We need 16 in 3 minutes. Let's giddy up. 16-3, baby. Are we dancing? Or are we dancing? We're going to go look at Fauci. You guys want to dance? We're fucking dancing. Let's hit it. Next up, Fauci. Dude, yeah, her whole life has been around sex predators. You know? And we know that they have a very creepy relationship. Boogie fever. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Always have to have disaffected young men in the equation to win. I mean, that is their fan base, guys. Their fan base are people who are heavily programmed by religion and racists and people that are uneducated and resentful. And then, you know, like grapey men, right? The grapesters. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, 1 minute. 16 away, guys. Let's get one more so we can at least reset at 15. Oh. Dude, it's craziness. Craziness. Dude, Barron is so dirty. There it is. Aussie, let's go. Shrimp on the bobby. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. 15 away, baby. We got it. Dude, these guys are so creepy. They're so creepy, man. Ooh. Trump destroyed Christianity. He may have. I mean, I don't, any Christian who has partnered with Trump absolutely has destroyed the credibility of Christianity. Okay? You can't say you're a Christian and fucking, you know, be partnered with Trump. All right. Here we go, baby. Let me reset this sucker. Seriously, you cannot be a Christian and fucking say you're partnered with Trump. There's just no way, boss. All right, there we go. No way. It's like the fakest shit ever. Dude, just absolutely fake shit. All right, 15 away, baby. Here we go. There it is. We're going to another 15. Dance party, make it or break it. All right, let's go look at Fauci. Dude, the Fauci shit is crazy. In particular, guys, I want to focus the Fauci stuff on Bernie Moreno. Okay? Bernie Moreno. He was the guy, he was the dude who did he was the dude who did the main, like, going off. Okay? Bernie Moreno was the one who told Fauci to fuck off. He, like, right up in his face, right? I mean, these guys were all over Fauci. Now, Fauci is really important to their promise book, okay? Because Fauci, that was one of the big gets, right? They promised all of their little cult followers that they were going to get Fauci. They were going to arrest him. They were going to put him in prison. They were going to, right, Because, I mean, the pandemic was this global cabal event designed exclusively to defeat Donald Trump. They think they released a virus that killed 7 million people worldwide just to beat Trump. Like, wow. Talk about Trump derangement syndrome. That is it, guys. If you think the whole world like blew itself up just to beat Donald Trump. Come on. Dude, do they really believe this? Like, give me a fucking break, bro. All right, so here it is. This is the big Bernie Moreno. There's Ogles. That one's only 30 seconds. So, yes. Okay. So this is the big one. You ready? Here he goes. All right, Bernie Moreno. All right, here's Bernie. He is a Republican senator from the shitty state of Ohio. The dysfunctional, made-up stories about Springfield, Ohio. They're eating the pets. Ohio, Bernie Moreno. But wait till you see, though, who Bernie Moreno really is. Now watch him with Fauci. Okay, this guy is treating Fauci like, man, the devil, right? Bernie's a guy who, you know, Bernie Moreno, if you're a bad dude, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to hold you accountable, right? That's what Bernie thinks he's trying to tell us. So just watch, guys. We're going to watch Bernie Moreno, and then we're going to pop the hood, and we're going to look at Bernie Moreno's life, okay? See what kind of a fighter this guy really is. Here we go.
Can you do me a favor in the audience and stand up if during the time of the COVID pandemic, you were called a racist for calling the virus a Wuhan virus or the China virus? If you thought the 6-foot rule was total crap, if you thought the vaccine wasn't something that you should take, if you thought it was outrageous the way the mask policy was rolled out, if you were fired from your job for not taking that vaccine, including members of the military, if you thought closing schools was catastrophically stupid, and that you thought that during these times saying these things made you somehow a lesser human being. Dr. Fauci, can you just turn around and look at the people behind you? You're not willing to do that? That's not a question. It's not a question. To your lawyers, not a question. It's a request. All you have to do is look up from your lawyers and look at the people who were absolutely shamed for saying what we know now to be the truth. You can't even look at them?
Dude, what in the clown car is this guy? Shamed. Guys, look at this. These guys were shamed. You see that? I mean, what's the truth? Like, yo, dude, you ready for this? Yo, Bernie Moreno. Hold on. Bernie Moreno, what up? Political punk here. Yo, I'm watching your little pontification here in the Senate hearing. What's up, Bernie? Yeah, they were shamed. Oh, I've been so shamed. Oh, I even wore a mask. Oh, be still, my left nut. So, yo, Bernie, you there? All right. Dude, like 8 million people died worldwide, you stupid fuck. What do you think? What do you know now? You know, if we didn't do the 6 feet and the vaccine and wear masks and close schools, maybe that number's 40 million, 50 million. You remember in the beginning, there were like 800 people a day dying in New York City. People who lived there in Brooklyn heard nothing but ambulances 24/7. They had like refrigerated trucks to hold the bodies. It's like a fucking zombie movie. And now you're going to rewrite history and grandstand there and sit there and be like, oh, these people were shamed. You're an idiot. All right, I'm not through with you either. All right, I might call you back because we're about to get into the real thing. We're going to pop the hood and look at your stupid ass. Also, I would just like to note, just between you and me, dude, spit the dick out, bro. You can barely even talk. Like, how are you a senator? And it sounds like you took fucking remedial English. Who was your goddamn English teacher? Melania Trump? The fuck is your problem, bro? Jesus. Dude, fix your shit. Fuck you. Bye-bye. All right. Sorry you had to witness that. Dude, this guy. Anybody can be a senator, guys. You don't even have to know how to talk. You can just be like, oh, I've been shamed. Oh, I've been so inconvenienced. While 7 million people were dying, I had to wear a mask. I had to stand 6 feet away from somebody. I got fired from my job for not infecting everybody with the COVID virus. And 7 million people died, guys. Okay, now there's another one, though. You ready? Bernie was not done. Okay, Bernie Moreno was not done because now he's pulling out the big guns, guys. He's going to get tough. All right, watch this, though. You ready? Watch this.
Sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity than saving American people.
Dude, he did not just say that, right? He's talking about a guy who's more interested in being a celebrity. Is he talking about Donald Trump or is he talking about Fauci? Dude, what is he talking about? Who the fuck do you think you are? Dude, clown. Dude, Kelly says, makes me laugh every time you say F you, bye-bye in the Kermit phone. Let's go, Kelly from South Carolina, boss. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for kicking us off, too. Isn't that crazy? Now, you ready for this, though, guys? You ready? Because this is Bernie Moreno. All right, Bernie Moreno just showed us how tough he is, right? He's tough. He called out Fauci. Who the fuck do you think you are? Making us stand 6 feet apart, shaming us for the vaccine and the masks and the closing the schools. Who the fuck do you think you are? Well, you know what we find when we pop the hood on Bernie Moreno? Dude, his daughter has been getting her ass beat by one of Bernie Moreno's fucking fellow congressmen. Okay? Representative Max Miller, this fucking piece of shit right here, is dating Bernie Moreno's daughter and beating her up. Bernie Moreno's daughter, Emily, is getting beat up by a congressman, and Bernie Moreno's not even asking for that guy to step down. Bernie Moreno is so tough. He'll say, who the fuck do you think you are to Dr. Fauci? But he's not even saying, who the fuck do you think you are to the guy who beats the shit out of his fucking daughter, bro? How? How is that happening? Domestic abuse allegations rock an Ohio House race as Representative Max Miller, a Republican, is being accused of abuse from his ex-wife in a bitter family feud. There he is. Look at him, dude. He looks like a late-stage alcoholic wife beater, too. Dude, look at him. Look at him, dude. What a smarm. This guy's been beating Bernie Moreno's daughter. Bernie's not even asking for him to step down. That's how tough Bernie Moreno is. That's how family values these MAGA pieces of shit are. Right? Isn't that crazy? He is married to Emily Moreno, right? Domestic abuse against her and their 2-year-old daughter. Okay? And right? And it's a years-long family drama, okay? Allegations of domestic abuse, and it's threatening a possible safe House GOP seat. Representative Max Miller, a second-term Republican rep from Northeast Ohio, right? His political rise was fueled by his relationship to Trump. He's been accused by his ex-wife of domestic abuse against her and their daughter. Miss Moreno, Emily Moreno, is the daughter of Senator Bernie Moreno, okay? She has said that Mr. Miller scalded her chest and stomach by throwing hot water from a skillet at her body. He's held a gun to her head. He pushed her against the wall, hit her head, fractured their daughter's collarbone, and bruised her shoulder while abusing their 2-year-old fucking daughter, guys. Their 2-year-old daughter. Insane. According to court documents, their daughter at one point told Miss Moreno, "Daddy, kill you." Mr. Miller's not only denied it all, he's gone on offense, making damaging accusations of his own in a series of media interviews, court filings, and countersuits. He's called his ex-wife mentally ill, a liar, a stalker, a dangerous individual who's made him and their daughter unsafe. Now, what's crazy is Bernie is not chiming in on any of this shit, weirdly. Mr. Bernie Moreno. All right, let's see. Let's look at Emily Moreno. Dude, this shit is insane, bro. Here she is. There she is. There's fucking Bernie's wife. Dude, she already, like, I don't know, dude. Dude, this feels very Trump Melania, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Like, there's already a, like, she doesn't love this guy. Look at the body English. She's like sitting there like this, and he's fucking, you know, fucking getting ready to take a swing, bro. Now, I will say, though, I was just talking about how all of these abusers, the first thing they do is they run to these defamation suits, okay? All the abusers, the first thing they do is they run to defamation suits, always. The legal and public relations war has risen to a level of serious concern to Trump's political operation, and White House officials are freaked out, obviously, about the electoral map. They worry Mr. Miller is harming his re-election chances and Republican hopes of preserving the seat, okay? Democrats, who initially had little hope of flipping the seat, are now like, maybe we can do it unless Republicans intervene and replace him. But, dude, Republicans are not replacing this guy. They're not even calling him out. Mr. Miller, however, angrily disputed the notion his seat was in jeopardy. And he said, Texas is turning blue like I'm losing my seat. Take a hike, and I win by more in my district. Don't bother ever contacting me again. You're disgusting. Noting that his child was involved and saying the story was trash. He has continued to rage at Miss Moreno publicly. In a recent interview, Mr. Miller said his wife sadly isn't all there. Dude, look at these images, though. My God, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's absolutely an abused woman. Look at her. Look at this image. Dude, I look at this image and it fucking reeks of abuser. You know what I'm saying? Yes, she's cowering. Dude, she's beautiful. She's a powerful woman. She was like, like made her own way up in the Republican Party. Dude, hoping 𝗡𝐶 turns blue. That would be amazing. Let's go. Dude, Kelly, let's go. All right, I'm going to have to get serious about the fucking dance party in a minute. But we'll count him down. We're still 13 away, guys. All right, 13 away. We'll keep it going. But, dude, she absolutely has the vibes. It is 100% noticeable. 100% noticeable. Okay? %100% noticeable. This is what they looked like back in the day. I mean, I'm sure there was a time when they were happy. Dude, The vibes, boss. Dude, this guy just looks like an abuser, man. He does, dude. He's got the abuser vibes like 100%. This guy? Jesus. Yeah, even on their good day, they didn't look so good. That's when she's pregnant. Brutal. Brutal, 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 guys. All right. In court, he's accused Ms. Moreno of making false reports to CPS, medical professionals, law enforcement, and others. He's filed a defamation lawsuit saying she was running a smear campaign against him. He's claimed that she has untreated bipolar disorder, that she is stalking him, trying to damage his reputation. He has told the court he fears for his safety because of her vindictive and unpredictable behavior, asserting she owns at least one handgun. He claimed that their daughter's injury, collarbone injury, was caused by her reckless driving. And Ms. Moreno's lawyer said she does not own a handgun, and Mr. Miller has not specified what kind or where it is. Her lawyer also said she does not have a diagnosis of bipolar. Right? Dude, I mean, come on, man. You know, like, why would she be trying to trash his reputation exactly? And what kind of gun is it? Right? Yeah, this is typical shit, dude. And right now, Miller is only polling 1 point ahead of his Democratic challenger in a district Trump won by double digits. Right? If the allegations prove to be true, Miller should be in jail. Okay? Now, a spokeswoman for Miller's campaign noted the court has continued to permit Mr. Miller joint custody of his child, undermining the credibility of the outrageous accusations, is what she calls them. But to me, that doesn't mean a lot, guys, because obviously if this guy's a congressman and, you know, Trump is involved in this shit, it's very believable that joint custody would be allowed. Can I just tell you, I know some women on Twitter. One of them is named 𝗙𝗪, and she's actually kind of famous. She ran for Congress in California. She did not win, but she is famous because her husband, she had video of her husband beating their kids. Video. This was like a national scandal. And her husband got joint custody even after she showed video of him like pounding on their autistic child. Okay? Pounding on him for like no reason. Now, she fought this and it has been an insane thing. But when the men are powerful, when they are connected, crazy shit happens, guys. They can literally do shit and get away with it. It's really, really bad. Okay, so they're trying to say, oh, the court gave him joint custody, so clearly she must be a liar. Okay, and Mr. Miller is not the only Republican facing allegations, because also Florida Rep. Corey Mills was investigated for assaulting a woman as well. And Corey Mills' girlfriend has a protective order. So now there are 2 DV Republicans right now in Congress. But isn't this insane, guys? That Bernie Moreno's daughter is being fucking beat up by Max Miller, and this guy's yelling at Dr. Fauci. Bro. Dude, these guys are such frauds. Yeah. And so he said nothing. Okay? Dude, that's what he said. He said, like, his priority and focus were solely on the safety and security of his daughter. Okay? And saying it's a private personal matter, not a political issue. Oh, it's a political issue, you motherfucker. He's offered no public political rebukes or calls for resignation from Max Miller. Okay, he's not commented at all, and not at all. And I think he's worried about his own fucking electability, dude. Isn't that crazy? He will let his daughter get beat, and he will remain silent because he doesn't want to hurt his own campaign, guys. Dude. Right? But Dr. Fauci, who the fuck do you think you are? Jesus. This is outrageous shit, guys. All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. We've got a couple other things to cover. Some more MAGA hawks to look at. There is one other thing I want to look at with Andrew Tate today, because Andrew Tate has been sending strange cryptic messages as though he's going to be Epsteined. Okay, Andrew Tate is insisting he's going to be Epsteined. I'm going to come back with a little snack, and then we're going to get the 13 for the dance party. BRB, guys. All right, hang tight. Ho, 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 ho. BRB.
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right.
Paint away, day and night, 6 hot, so I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye, then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in panic. After you, I'm afraid of feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're giving. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in panic. Paint away, day and night, 6 hot, so I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye, then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in panic.
Let's go. All right. Dude, I'm going to eat my sandwich real quick. All right, so we're 13 away, guys. Let's try to get the dance party goal if you want to do it. This is going to be our last chance. All right. We have about 20 more minutes. We're creeping up, dude. So I'm going to put it for 15, but we only need 13. All right, let's go. There we go. The goal is set. I'm going to eat my sandwich. Hopefully we're going to get that. Let's go. Giddy up, baby. Dude, I cannot believe how toxic these government officials are. So toxic, dude. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we doing with these guys that, like, women abusers, crooks, fucking sex traffickers, rapists? Insane. 13 for dance, baby. Let's go. Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. Makes me so mad. Dude, I don't know what T word you're talking about. But my channel's doing great right now. Yeah, well, I think what has happened with some of the Republican shit is they've weaponized the religion. That's the thing I've noticed in the last 10, 15 years. Right? And it started while Obama was in there. Don't worry if you're broke, guys. But so, guys, it's like they're weaponizing religion. And they started it with Obama by saying Obama was a Muslim. Okay? Dude, shovel dead. Let's go. There it is, baby. Kicking us off. Let's go. 12 away, guys. I'm going to grab a Red Bull. So follow me. Okay? Obama became president. A black man becomes president of the slave nation. And then the first thing they did was it kicked up the racism. It reignited like American racism. And then they honed in on Obama. They called him a Muslim, which then tied Obama and the racism to 9/11. Okay, now, at the moment they fucking called Obama a Muslim, they then started to look at everything Obama did, and they painted it as an enemy of Christianity. Gay marriage, right? Helping insure, like, the poor and the people who are, you know, people of color. And so they started tying political things to religion. And they made it seem like the Muslims are invading us, and they're invading us by destroying Western civilization. Okay? And they started this while Obama was president. Yes, in 2010. Yes. They were doing it while he was president. And now what they've done is they have cross-pollinated by the churches are now hitting people very young and basically teaching them that if you vote for Democrats, you're going to go to hell. Okay, so now you have a section of the brainwashed religious population that it's not even political anymore. They are literally voting to not go to hell. Okay, they've done this shit like they did when they were selling indulgences, but it is now a threat of the Democrats are the, trans people and gay marriage and OnlyFans, right? And like rap music. This is all the devil. If you vote for these people, you're going to burn in hell. It is brain rot, guys. Fucking brain rot. That's what we're dealing with. That's why some of these voters are not making rational decisions anymore, because they believe that Democrats have been, taken over by Satan. All right, so we got some action here. Dude, Shovel kicked us off. Dude, Jason's Australiana. Shrimp on the bobby. Jason's Australiana. Another shrimp on the fucking bobby. Another shrimp on the bobby. Dude, that's 3 shrimps on the bobby. So now we're down to 9, baby. Let's go. 9 away, guys. 9 away. We're going to get it right here. It is militant and evil, dude. It's crazy. So they, through the weaponization of abortion and sexuality and anti-LGBTQ and anti-trans, they have weaponized and like all of anything that's not MAGA, that's not part of their like little enclave, is the devil. So people are making political voting decisions based on trying to achieve salvation. And like, you're not going to deprogram those people. I mean, like I said, Christianity is a deep mental illness. Dude, Jason's Australiana. Let's go. Oh, let's go, mate. Another shrimp on the bobby. We're 8 away, baby. 7 away. Keep it up. Good stuff. Thank you, Kim. Let's go. 7 away. Woo! Let's go. We got this. Dude, it's crazy. Oh, yeah. Dude, as long as you're a Christian, dude, they can grape, molest, abuse, monetary crimes. Paula White can steal $100 million from her church. They can cheat in elections. They can lie, cheat, and steal. As long as they're doing it in the name of Jesus, right? As long as you're doing it in the name of Jesus, you can fucking do anything, right? Anything. But it literally, though, guys, it started with Obama. It started with them making it seem like he was a Muslim here to undermine Christianity. And that is sort of what people don't realize, why the MAGA people are making these horrible decisions, is because they have been brainwashed to believe it has to do with their salvation. Dude, they do. They believe God sent Trump as like a warrior, right? And they think it's okay that he's abusive because he's supposed to be abusive. He's the one fighting the demons. I mean, brain rot, guys. We're talking brain rot. Yes. Stay safe, wife of Max Miller. Dude, they're all Max Millers, bro. They are crazy. Dude, let's go, dude. Tiana, let's go. Some shrimps on the bobby. Lots of shrimps on the Tiana bobby. Let's go, guys. All right, so what are we? 6 away. And then there were 6. Tiana coming in hot. Let's go. Dude, I raise my Red Bull to you. Ooh, I gotta file my claim. Dude, someone stole my Red Bull, boss. Fuckers. I ordered a big thing of Red Bull and somebody ripped it off because the delivery guy put it like right at the very front of the porch, visible. And we live in a pretty urban, lot of foot traffic in the neighborhood. Like, we live in a pretty urban area and not far from a park too, from a couple parks. So there's a lot of foot traffic. Someone stole my fucking Red Bull, boss. I don't get it. Like, dude, if I'm leaving anything on a porch as a delivery guy, I'm going to move it so it's not visible to the street. Like, how hard is it to figure that shit out? Dude, and then there were five shrimp on the bobby. Thank you, Jason's. Dude, Garfunkel and Oates, loophole. Let's go, 𝗙cie. Dude, isn't that crazy? And then there were 4. Now there's 3. Like neighbors in Michigan, God told them who to vote for. Let's go, Eddie Reese. Let's go, baby. 3 away, baby. Yeah, the vendor will replace it, but you have to wait. You have to wait like 30 hours or some shit. It just sucks. I just feel bad, though, because, I mean, I don't want the driver to get fired for being an idiot, but also I'm wondering, like, why did the driver, like, if you're leaving something on a porch, don't leave it visible from the street. It's so easy. It's like 2 feet. You just put it on the edge, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the drivers do that, but some drivers just put it right out at the top of the steps. Like they walk up and just set it right at the front where it's just literally, they're begging for it to be replaced. But you're right. They will replace it because the photo, even when I uploaded the photo, the AI was like, oh yeah, that's a terrible place to put it. Dude, the AI looked at the picture and said, yo, that is a horrible place for the driver to leave it. Dude, because it's literally like there's steps up to this porch and he put it like right at the front on the fucking thing. Even the AI was like, dude, fuck this guy. Dude, that was funny. The AI is like, oh yeah, horrible location. Dude, I'm like, all right, for 1 minute, I'm going to be nice to the AI. Usually I curse them out. 3 minutes, guys. Let's go, baby. We are fucking 3 away, 3 and 3. We're going to get this right here. Oops. No, not 3 and 4. 3 and 3. Sorry, my bad. Dude, it sucked too. You know why it sucked though? Because like the delivery guy dropped it off at like 4:45 a.m. And so it was still dark. But I went to bed at like 4. So he literally, it was, you know, if I'd stayed up for 1 more hour, right? I would have gotten it. But dude, crazy shit. And I'm not getting a fucking ring cam or anything like that, guys. You know, I'm not doing the cameras. I'm not going to surveil my porch for this shit. I refuse to do like surveillance cameras. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Get a dog? No. No, are you kidding me? You know how much work it is to have a fucking dog? Dude, nah, no way, boss. And they stink. You know? You'll never get a delivery at 4 a.m. Yeah, we get them here. We get them here because there's like a hub. Like Amazon is, there's a hub in Amazon. So we get crazy deliveries. Like 24 hours. Let's go, guys. 2 minutes, baby. 2 minutes. Dude, I love animals. I just don't want a fucking dog. Too much work, dude. I had a kid. Let's go. 3 away, guys. 1 minute. This is our last chance to dance, baby. 3. Dude, dogs do stink. And you know, they are great, but they're a lot of work and they smell. Your house ends up smelling like dog. You don't notice it if you have a dog because you become accustomed to the smell. But everybody who walks into a house that has dogs can smell your dogs if they don't have dogs. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute, guys. That doesn't mean they're bad. They just smell like dogs. You know, animals have smells. Humans have smells. But we wear deodorant. Dogs don't wear deodorant. Right? Dude, let's go, Tiana! Let's go. 2 away, guys. You're right. The bacteria and dirt in the fur. I mean, dude, it's not bad. I'm not putting them down. I'm just being realistic. You know, I'm not putting them down. Dogs are wonderful, but they're too much work. I love dogs. I just could never, I would never be willing to walk them every day. Dude, let's go, Kelly. One more, guys. One away, baby. Let's get it right here. Dude, I have a leopard gecko, okay? I have a leopard gecko. I'm a reptile. Let's go, Shelly. Let's go, dude. Wash your dog. Hi, Tommy. Big love from the UK. Let's go, Raymond. Raymond D. Let's go. Dude, but I mean, I've known plenty of people with dogs. They're just a lot of work, right? A lot of feeding, a lot of hair cleanup, a lot of walking, right? A lot of like dogs require a certain amount of companionship. And I was a one-man band, guys. I toured the US of A as a one-man indie rock band. I toured the country alone in a minivan. I don't want a fucking companion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, dogs are for people who like are like, they want a constant companion. I do not want a constant companion. I want to be like away from people like 90% of the time. You know? And dogs are like, pay attention to me. And I'd be like, yo, get the fuck out of my office, please. Dude, let's go. Dude, love it. Sunday roast on the Bobby. Let's go, Raymond D. Dude, but I will say this. You ready, though? If I got a dog, I'll show you the dog I would get, okay? If I did get a dog, if I could hire somebody to take care of this thing and walk it and feed it and do all the shit and you know, entertain it, like I'd hire like a dog sitter that would take care of the dog for, you know, 20 hours out of the day, and then I would hang out with it when I wanted it. I would get a poodle, okay? That would be it, guys. I would 100% get a fucking poodle, dude. Right? They're the only dogs that I really like, bro. Are fucking poodles. I like poodles. I do. And they have like, you know, they have hair instead of fur. Right? They're different. Yeah. They're different. It's what I like about them is they don't have that fucking, you know, the dog fur, like it just doesn't agree with me, dude. I don't like it. It like grosses me out. But dude, poodles, I like poodles. They're smart, they're regal, they got attitude. You know what I'm saying? And their fur is their hair is different, right? Their shit is cool. I interface well with them. I think they look amazing too, dude. Dude, look at that, bro. Look at that shit. Come on, man. Right? Let's go, dude. Love it. Love the poodles, dude. They're regal. All right? Let's go. Dude, I knew a girl. Guys, I knew a girl who had a Great Dane, and she fucking lived in her car, dude, with a Great Dane. Dude, she one of my hairstylists. She was amazing. But boy, did she have a fucking crazy life, dude. Let me just tell you, living in your car with a Great Dane is a commitment, okay? Like, it was fucking wild. She was an amazing hairstylist, though. One of the best hairstylists I ever had, right? She was incredible. But that dog was fucking insane. Okay, guys, we have to look at two other things here, okay? These are related to the Andrew Tate stuff. We have to look at Mr. Tate, his fucking, he blocked me. Okay, this guy blocked me because he's a wimp. But dude, look at what he posted, guys. Look at what he posted today. Where is it? Dude, did he delete it? Holy shit, bro. No way, dude. He deleted it. There's no... Oh, no. He did not. Dude, it was from 2 days ago. But look at this tweet, guys. Dude, you got blocked by him and you've never interacted with him? That's funny. Dude, I have been interacting with him. Like, I have been on his ass. For the better part, though, of like 4 years. I've been interacting with him since fucking, since, all the way back to our, what do you call it? Our, debate. Like, here, you ready? Check this out. Let me go back to, you ready here? Watch this. I'm going to show you. I don't know if this search will work. But, all right, so here we go. Dude, this is my thumbnail of me versus Andrew Tate back in July of 2022. But what I immediately posted when this shit ended after our debate, let me show you the fucking thing here. All right, so I think I have to go back earlier. All right, so here it was. I was going on July 21st. All right, I was going on with Andrew Tate, and this was the thing. Andrew Tate and this gamer guy, okay? And then I got into it with him, and it turned out to be this mayhem. But here's what I posted afterwards. Dude, I posted this. Legend. That was what I posted right after it was done. As you can see, dude, there were a bunch of people in here that were all fucking butthurt, dude. All the gamer kids, dude, were fucking posting this shit. Oh, fuck. But that's what I posted, dude. Legend, right? This is what kicked off my political career here, guys. 7/21/22, baby. Oh, shit. It was incredible, dude. It was. And dude, and I was talking about this, right? There I was. This was me going there. I was in New York because there was a fucking billboard for me, right? That's why I was going there. There was a, right? Dude, they were talking about me before it even started.
Fine. Just like in the video game, you have your fucking strength or speed or whatever ticked off. You have to go do something difficult to work on it. Side quests. Yeah. That's it. That's life. Okay. That's life. Okay. You sit there and play video games until you end up fucking old with pink hair like a dipshit.
Dude, right? This was before the debate, right? I hadn't even been on the debate yet. Okay, but he was already talking about me. Like, if you play video games all day, you end up old with pink hair like a dipshit.
Go do something difficult to work on it. Side quests. Yeah. That's it. That's life. Okay. That's life. Okay. You sit there and play video games until you end up fucking old with pink hair like a dipshit.
Okay, wait, so do you think it's bad to be a nice...
Dude! Like, he's always been on my jock, this guy. So yeah, so I've been up in his shit for a long time, boss. Okay, I've been up in his shit because he's a fucking clown. Okay? There it was. I'll be discording from the airport in New York City. Right? Don't miss this, boss. There it was, dude. That's what started it all, boss. Right? Dude. So good. But anyway, so look at him, guys. Look at what he was posting the other day. He said, this is all caps. There are far fewer correctional officers on my wing than when I first arrived in the shoe. It feels eerily quiet up here. I would never kill myself. Dude, he's doing the like, I might get Epsteined. They removed all the correctional officers, guys. They're gonna Epstein me. They're gonna Epstein me. Isn't that funny? Like, isn't that wild that this is what he's doing? He's like, oh my God, they're gonna try to kill me. And now all of his little joy boys, right? All of his little joy boys are running around. You know what I'm saying? They're all running around like, you know, fucking, like posting this shit all day long. Okay, you'll see this with his people saying, oh, the Tates are in trouble. Oh my God, the Tates are like, they're in danger. We have to help them. They're going to get attacked. They're out to get them. I mean, this is like crazy shit. And he really is a wuss, dude. Dude, exercise his arsehole. Dude, they're such fucking pussies, bro. Dude, and they keep posting videos of him with his daughter. Dude, this guy should not have a daughter, bro. Right? But look at that. Locked up tight, but they let you keep your phone? Of course. Right? And now his fucking lawyers going and doing the talk show circuit.
And look, the Epstein list, if Andrew and Tristan were anything like them, they'd be protected because nobody from that list has been convicted. But because they're nothing like them, they're being rung up on these charges because they fight the system and they're not a part of it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you see that, guys? You see that? Look at that, guys. They can't be like Epstein because if they were really traffickers, they wouldn't be arresting them. They're clearly only arresting them and trying to extradite them to the UK because they're not traffickers. Dude, this is some like fucking first grade reasoning, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't be a killer because I don't own a gun. So therefore, like, you know, if I was a killer, I'd own a gun, but I don't own a gun, so can't be a killer. Dude, of course, from Myron Gaines, Myron Gaines update. He went on Fresh and Fit, guys. Tate's lawyer is going on Fresh and Fit. Oh, look at this, guys. Holy shit, dude. There's the lawyer. This is our guy with the Tate hero sign. It looks like they have 3 new people. Wait. Oh my God, dude. That's 𝗙𝗍𝗋𝗃𝗍. Dude, they have the Proud Boys out. Dude, look at that. They brought 2 of the Proud Boys. They got 𝗙𝗍𝗋𝗃𝗍 making an appearance for Andrew Tate. Dude, next thing you know, you're going to have Pete Hegseth out there in a bathrobe, right? Right? That's what I'm waiting for, guys. You're going to see Pete Hegseth in a bathrobe carrying like a stack of NDAs. He's going to be like, hey, ladies, what's up? Oh, Big War Pete is here. Big War Pete. I brought my NDAs, ladies. Oh, Jesus. Dude. Holy shnikes. Isn't that funny? They fear the Prime Minister Tate. Dude, look at this guy, bro. What the fuck is going on here, dude? Hold on. Hold the phone, boss. Dude. Smoking some chief, I see, right? Dude, homie is on benzos. Dude, they must get the good benzos. That's wild, guys. All right. There he is, Enrique Tarrio. They ask why I still stand with Cobra Tate and Tate the Talisman after these allegations, because I know what this place looks like from the inside. I sat alone at the top window of the shoe for something I didn't do, day after day, night after night, wondering if I was forgotten. Oh, watching spiders crawl in and out of a broken window, knowing that goddamn creature had more freedom than I did. Dude, these insurrectionist pieces of shit, bro. Jesus. Dude, what fucking wimps, boss. These guys are such drama queens, right? Huge drama queens, boss. Dude. Yeah, see, look at this, though. Here's what they're saying. Phase 2 rests entirely with the Secretary of State. They're going to try to get... That's what they're going to do, dude. They're going to try to get... Like, do you see what he's saying here? He's saying extradition assumes the requesting country runs a fair justice system. Independent scholars are now saying Britain doesn't clear that bar. So they're basically trying to say, oh, you can't extradite the rapist and sex trafficker Andrew Tate to the UK because the UK doesn't have a fair justice system. Trump, well, so Pinfold, Trump couldn't pardon him. There's nothing to pardon. There's no U.S. charges, right? This has nothing to do with U.S. charges. There's no U.S. charges here. So Trump can't pardon anything. The charges are in Britain. And so Britain is, the U.S. arrested Andrew Tate for Britain, and they're going to send him back to the UK to stand trial. And now his lawyer is trying to argue that the UK's justice system isn't fair because independent scholars are saying it's not fair. Right? And then here's the big one, though, is they're going to try to get Marco Rubio to enter in with this. I mean, they don't have a legitimate leg to stand on to avoid this extradition. They don't. Okay? These guys better fucking end up in prison, bro. Right? And I honestly, though, guys, I think it's going to come down to this New York Times article, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for fuck's sake, so sick of everything. I feel you, Pinebox Skya. It's going to come down to this article, guys, right here. Okay? I think the article we read today is going to turn out to be the thing, because here's the problem. Trump already intervened. Okay? Trump and his administration broke like a lot of, international law by intervening to get these guys out of house arrest in Romania and to slow down the sex trafficking case in Romania. Okay? Trump already did that. He already committed an impeachable offense, something that could detonate the Republican, the midterms, 2028, him definitely getting impeached and lead to large-scale investigations of government corruption and probably prosecution after the fact. He already did that. Now, in order for him to try and make that go away, I think he's going to give them to the UK. It's one of those things where, well, I helped you. The UK built a case, And now I can't really help you again, because if I help you again, they're going to uncover all of this. And my son Barron's going to go to jail. And maybe Don Jr.'s going to go to jail. And so he's like, so I'm going to sacrifice you like they did with Charlie Kirk. And they're going to let Tate go to Britain and go to prison. And maybe he gets Epstein in the UK prison. I don't know. But they're going to just get rid of him so the heat gets off of his administration. That's what I think. Right? That is my guess. Okay? That's my guess. Now, if he were to snitch, I think they'd kill him, right? Don't you think? Don't you think they'd just Epstein his ass if he snitched? Like, you know. So I think he's being sold out for that. Now, somebody did say, did Tate go to the island? I don't know about that. I mean, most of the island visiting was earlier on, before Epstein's first arrest in 2005. Now, certainly, people were still going to the island after that, as we've seen with Lutnick and Peter Thiel and all that. But Tate didn't really, I mean, he did meet Don Jr., and he did go to Trump Tower in 2017. So, and it is entirely possible, like I said earlier, I think maybe the Tate's rise was part of the work that Epstein and Bannon and those guys were doing. So it's possible that he had some connection there through Bannon, you know, but Tate is a little late in the game. Like Epstein was sort of like, you know, had sort of gone underground and disappeared by then because of all his charges and the immunity deal. And Epstein became real discreet later on. So I don't know if he was connected to the island or anything like that. But I think it is entirely possible that those guys helped him build his fucking empire. You know. But he's definitely involved in this fucking guy, though. With Barron Tate, boss. Barron Trump. Dude, he is definitely involved with good old Barron Bear. Dude, what is this shit? Oh my God, dude. Yeah, there he is. He's definitely involved with him. What is this, though?
Read him out. I'll do it in honor of you.
Okay, so tell me this. So tell me this situation.
Dude, this is not real, is it? Dude, this is AI, isn't it? I don't think Trump never went on his podcast, right? That has to be, did he? Did he go on it? Oh, he did. October of 2024. Dude, there's no way, bro. Dude, that had to be due to Barron too, guys. He did, huh? This is about Barron too, man.
Read him out. I'll do it in honor of you.
Okay, so tell me this. So tell me this situation. Okay, Barron is 18. He's handsome. He's tall. Yeah. He's rich.
He's got the whole ball.
He's unleashed in New York City. Are you sure you want to reverse Roe v. Wade now? I mean, maybe give him a few years, you know.
Some of these questions are much better.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm honored.
Much better.
You still don't have an answer, though.
That was the best dodge of the question.
That's your second best dodge in your life.
You almost charmed us out of it.
Trying to get out of it.
All right, fair enough.
Read him out. I'll do it.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude. It's pathetic, bro. This guy is running the fucking, you know, the most powerful person in the free world, boss. Jesus. Fucking losers. Dude, I don't like Andrew Schulz at all. I think Andrew Schulz, if you're watching this, Andrew Schulz, I think you're a fucking piece of shit, bro. You are. You're a phony. You are a fraud. You are a yokel, dude. Right? Jesus. What the fuck, bro? All right. All right. Time to dance, baby. Dude, Barron is a demon, boss. Jesus. What are we fucking doing? About to be blocked by another chode. Good. Good, good. Good. Let's go. Tate claimed he wanted to buy Epstein Island. That wouldn't surprise me. Right? That seems like it would be right up his alley, wouldn't it? All right, you ready for some dance, baby? Dude, somebody ordered a dance party. Let's fucking go, boss. Let's giddy up. Oh. Oh. There we go. Yeah, dude. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing with this life, boss? Jeez Louise. All right, you ready? Giddy up. Giddy, itty, 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 itty. Let's go. Time for a little deja vu, dude. I'm going to cut a rug, baby. Let's go. Oh, oh. My best dance, but I'll take it. Yes, it is a little deja vu stepping, Carlin. I'm gonna go make some videos. I'm gonna go to the shoe in Miami, take care of a little business. Kidding. Let's go. Dude, who wants to meet me in Miami? We're gonna take care of this shit the old-fashioned way. Let's go. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night. Thank you. Stay radiant.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about